Hi guys, welcome back to the Wellness Tips. My name is Zipporah Nyangara. My preferred name is Zippy. I work for an organization called Haven of Dreams. I am the founder and the team lead of the organization. And so, karibu sana to the continuation of our segment series right now on Wellness Tips. We are talking about self-care, and I hope you were able to join in the last sessions to be able to understand what self-care is, the myths around self-care, the truths around self-care, and also just getting to learn the will of self-care and how you can take care of yourself. And so now that we've discussed that, today our topic is on men and self-care as well as women and self-care. So here's the thing for men and self-care. Growing up, and because of also our culture and the responsibility that the responsibilities that are bestowed upon men, it's very hard for men to take care of themselves. We've grown up in a culture where we are told mwanaume ni kujikaza, you don't have to be emotional on what you're going through, but that is actually far from the truth. The truth is each and every one of us needs to take care of themselves. And something that I've learned over time is you can never pour from an empty cup. You'll always pour from whatever is inside you. So I've come to find from even having close people around me who are men, and even having men coming in as clients for therapy, that not so many of the men really take care of themselves. When it comes to men and self-care, we've been told that as long as they go take booze, as long as they're hanging out with their male friends, that's just fine. But also men need to take care of themselves. The responsibilities that come with being a man is actually a lot. So, but men really need to be deliberate. I think from the previous sessions we've talked about men being deliberate about taking care of themselves. It goes without saying that that is the key of taking care of yourself. So, and when you're talking about self-care, self-care is not just about going out and having fun or even just using money, because actually that's the notion that most of us have. But self-care is a matter of taking care of yourself. So for the men, and I know it's very hard sometimes, but I feel like it's about time that you take care of who you are as an individual. You are able to say no to some things and even some other responsibilities. Why? Because you are not the second savior or the second Jesus. If you do not take care of yourself, chances of you having a burnout are real. So it's important that you also learn to say no. As men, I know your responsibility is if you're a family person, you are expected to be the head of the home, to be present, to be there, to be with the children, to be with your wife. And it can get really challenging. But something that I would also urge men is to be able to, be able to have time out where they can refresh. Self-care is not selfish. And so when you take care of yourself, when you're able to have your time out as a man, time away from the responsibilities at home, the responsibilities at work, then that really helps you, because it helps you to reflect. Because as a leader and as a man, you're expected to have every answer on your fingertips, and that is not possible most of the times. Something else that men can really do, and I know it is hard because, of course, again, because of where we have come from, is because of the culture is now going for therapy. The truth is therapy helps us a lot to be able to understand who we are, to be able to understand our giftings, to be able to rediscover ourselves. And something that is happening with men, and I've seen it so much with men even attempting suicide, others dying by suicide, is because they're not able to take care of their emotional self. And on the previous sessions, of course, you've learned about the wheel of self-care. You learn about the different areas that you need to take care of yourself. So you need to take care of yourself emotionally. It is okay for a man to cry. It is okay, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to seek help. And I think once men are able to understand that, then it will be fit for you, so that you're able to get in touch with yourself and you're not emotionally unavailable. Something else that you can also consider doing as a man is being able to get in touch with who you are as yourself, as an individual. Who are you as an individual? What are the things that really tick you? What are the things that really move you as a man? Because with that, then you are able to understand that as a man, I do not need to be everywhere. As a man, I need to do things. Because I also believe that once men are able to take care of themselves, they will be able to go back to the place where they should be, like their responsibilities, whether at the workplace, for themselves, at home. Because we have to admit that as time goes by, we are having a lot of men not being able to play their responsibility, because it can be overwhelming. They've not been able to take care of themselves and things like that. So it's important that once you take care of yourself, you fill your cup, then you can give the entire world out of the overflow. And now also when we come back to women and self-care, I understand women want to be perfect, to have their house in perfect order. You wake up in the morning to do all the house chores. You have babies to take care of. And I'm talking to women also who are in career, women who have children, women who have families, women who are going back to school to enhance their skills and things like that. So sometimes it's not guilty. You shouldn't guilt trip yourself when you do not wash the dishes at night. You should not guilt trip yourself when you decide to stay home and rest. You should not guilt trip yourself when you go out for a cup of coffee and your children are home. Why? Because if you do not take care of yourself, if you do not balance who you are as an individual, then that's where the stress begins. Because the truth is, as a human being, you've been created, one, as a child, as a career woman, as a mother, and all other facets of your life, they all require or they demand some certain responsibilities. And I've also come to see women, and even myself, there are days that I was not keen in taking care of myself, because I thought now, because I had children, that now my life revolved around my children, that my life was just my child. And with time, you start getting bitter. With time, you realize that your life is not just about your husband. Your life is not just about your children. Your life is not just about your career. That we move past that there's still more and beyond what even other people think. So you have to be deliberate also and understand that for you to become a better parent, for you to become a better partner, you need to take care of yourself. You need to refresh yourself each and every day. You need to understand that things won't just work by themselves, you know. So when you go out and just decide to take a cup of coffee, that sometimes is even just 100 bob, and you're able to relax away from the family responsibilities, from work responsibility. Please do that. When you're able to just go and rest, when you're able to just go and just enjoy nature and walk, then you are able to take care of yourself. And taking care of yourself, or rather self-care, for both men and women is not a miracle that things will just happen, pop. No. When you're talking about self-care for all of us, it's something that you schedule for. You do not say, let me see, I might create time. Let me see, I want to sleep. It has to be something that you have decided that in your schedule, I will take lunch breaks, I will rest, I will have 6 hours of sleep or whatever hours of sleep that you think are fit for you. That you are deliberate, you create a schedule for that. And then also periodically review your life, review where you are at life. Because I also realized that with time, the self-care tips or the things that we do for self-care change. It's not like a walk, like it's the same thing every other day. When I was younger, my self-care was more on outdoors, like enjoying long hikes, enjoying long walks and things like that. But then with more responsibilities, I realized that I could not do that as often as I wanted. So right now when it comes to environment and nature, how I enjoy my self-care, or rather how I take care of myself, I love watching the sunset and the sunrise. So with time, things change. So that's why it's important to assess. Also, when you're taking care of yourself, different things will be required for different ages. If it's exercise, probably when you were younger, you were doing exercises so that you can be fit, have the nice body shape. But right now, when you are older, you're doing that so that you do not get maybe lifestyle diseases or things like obesity, things like, so those are the things that you also need to consider, that you assess yourself and realize that as you evolve as a person, as you get to understand yourself as a person, that you are able to also take care of yourself better. For some, they couldn't go for long drives because one, they were not in a position to financially, but right now because they enjoy long drives because they are able to think through things, then they take that. So also again, remember that one self-care tip for someone else may not really work for the other person, and it is okay to feel that. But the most important thing is that you are taking care of yourself, and you're taking care of yourself holistically as an individual. You're taking care of yourself, your spiritual being, your intellectual being, the environment that you live in, the social being, who you are as an individual. So it's important to know that as an individual, that is how you take care of yourself. That is how you are able to love on you, and in the process of also self-care, you are able to rediscover who you are. And so if you have any other question or any concern, or you would want to reach out to Mizpah TV, remember to call or text 0799 200 100. And if you'd want for more, maybe one-on-one sessions and for therapy sessions, our office is at Haven of Dreams. We are based at Free Area, the Chiefs Camp, the CDF building. You can always reach out to us. Our work revolves around the community. We work around mental health and psychosocial support, gender equality and human rights, reproductive health rights and youth empowerment. And you can also reach out to us on our social media pages at Haven of Dreams on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And we'll always endeavor to reach out to you at the right time. So thank you very much, and looking forward to you getting fulfilled and getting to understand yourself as a human being. Thank you.